Have not seen it. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yes, sir, man. So, like I said, we're about to talk about some alien Earth in this joints. So you have been warned. Here's the disclaimer right here. You've been warned. All right. Um, kind of give you what you guys to give your opinion on it. Then we're gonna kind of give our Kaioken rating at the end of our discussion, man, about what y'all kind of take out of his scale of rating, a Kaioken rating 1 through 10, guys. So you let us know. All right, Big J, what's on your mind, man? What you think about old Aliens Earth, man?
I mean, I liked it for the most part. There were some things that didn't work 100%. Um, I really did want Boy Cavalier to die because, in honor of BA, he was the most annoying person in the history of TV. And he almost right ahead of her brother, because her brother also was getting on my nerves. Hermit, he needed to die too. He was really annoying. And when he covered her mouth last episode, I didn't appreciate that, and I thought she should did something to him for that. Because
You on her side? Okay, I got you.
hey, you know what? Everybody else, all the rest of the humans was terrible. Think about it. Everybody on that island helped kill a bunch of kids. They kidnapped and they crashed the ship into a building in a city full of people just so they could steal another company's property.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process, killed how many of their own people even on the island, and still, boy didn't care. He was always just worried about getting that stuff. So, boy should have died. I didn't like. I like Kirsch. I wanted Kirsch to make it, but he's alive, but no, well, not alive. He's a synth, but like I said, I liked the fact that she got two aliens now that she looked like she can control both of them. My boy escaped, the hero of the show, the T.S. Ellis, which I thought was interesting because he's gonna do the weekend at Bernie's with Arthur. You know what I'm saying? So, I said overall, I probably think the overall show, I think it's probably like I'd give probably 8 just overall because it was up there, but it wasn't quite there because some of the stuff was kind of goofy and silly, and some people were just too annoying.
What you got, BA?
Well, the stuff that I did see, I'm like 3 minutes left in the show. No, but I think so far it's done a great job of having a older mystique, like the 70s mystique of the first Alien, and it brought it back into 2025, but it was also modern at the same time too. So that's not easy to do. So I put this up there with the first Alien. I put it up there with Aliens. I put it up there with was it Romulus or whatever. Like I think all of them are cut from the same, I guess, breed in a sense, and it definitely brought a jump scare horror vibe to it, and it made you kind of freak out at certain points. That eye was crazy. That is when I think of the all-seeing eye. That takes its place. That is number one for me. So when someone says that this series is going to pop right into my head, the killing scenes, the death scenes, a lot of people died. So that's also a plus. And they died multiple different ways. Like a lot of people died in different ways in which you had to be a sick dude to come up with some of the things that they came up with. So shout out to the team for that one. And all in all, like I said, it's just they just did a good job of bringing it back to the Alien, which clearly only person that was alive when the first one came out was of course Big J. So it took it to that vibe, and it's just an awesome presence in today's world. And I would honestly, if they add maybe a few more or let these creatures kind of develop a little bit more, now I want to see Predator. I want to see Predator in this environment, not the AVP, not that, because that was trash. I want that Predator or one version of a Predator in this series, and then let's have some fun with the hybrids, with the cyborgs, with the aliens, with all that into one. Let's have some fun now. So that's my take on it. So there we go.
What you got, cuz?
It was great. The practical effects, the alien, the xenomorph. It seemed really practical, which made it even scarier. that eyeball, like when he was when they set the brother up for the eyeball to take over, like while he was fighting it, I had my hands out in front of me too. Like,
Yeah.
like it's the eyeball scares the crap out of me. It's that one gets me the heebie-jeebies more than any other one, and just the way that it controls them as well. To me, Wendy is the big villain in this one, just because of how everything else has led to her being able to control the aliens. She's able to control them, the xenomorphs. So that's why I have her listed as the big bad. It's because she's able to control the xenomorph. So that she's able to control
Not her fault, though, is
technology.
it?
I mean,
So by default, she's the villain.
Yeah, just because like just with how much power she has, like her first thing is just it's time for us to dominate. So she's controlling the xenomorph. She could control technology as well. She's the big bad. She's the big bad. Just because of how powerful she is, and how season 2 is just going to be all bad. Just from like the other companies headed to the island as well. It's a great show. I give it a 8 on the Kaioken. Great show. Should be renewed for season 3 pretty soon as well. I know I haven't heard of 2, but I'm sure it will be. And 3 should be right behind it as well if they just keep this going. And of course, yeah, they do have a couple of the annoying ones with the Boy Cavalier. I don't think Hermit was as bad, but he does have his moments. But Boy Cavalier was by far the worst. But yeah,
I didn't even.
bad.
My bad. I didn't think he was that. I didn't think he was bad. I don't know why they picked on him. I guess just because he was an adult. I guess, but
Yeah, it's but yeah, I think Hermit. He was just more worried about his sister, and then also taking care of his friends. That's what drove him, was his taking care of his sister and taking care of his friends. So that's why I don't see him as annoying. That boy Cavalier, he's terrible.
bro, they listen from the get go, man. Like you said, this show, it kind of started off slow, like the first maybe 2 episodes. But man, once it got past the first 2 episodes, it went downhill from there, bro. Listen, bro, I told y'all. I know we kind of hinted at it. We really didn't talk about it too much because we were trying to wait till the show was over with. But y'all already said that eyeball, man. They got to come out with an eyeball movie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought that eyeball was gonna take over the boy Jeans.
Yeah,
then when he went down that little hole or whatever,
yeah,
so I'm thinking like, okay, he finna take over him, bro. I saw my wife there. She's like, "Why do you think that?" I said, "I don't know. I just feel like it was kind of like a setup. The way he was kind of like taunting him while he was in that little sheep or whatever in that little box. I'm thinking like, okay, so once he got away, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, he about to go hunt him down. Because to be honest with y'all, I didn't think they were gonna do another season. I thought it was kind of like a one-time thing or whatever. So when we saw the end where they had all of them in that cage or whatever, I'm like, oh, okay, so they plan on making this into a series for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I said the brother was getting on y'all nerves. I was kind of feeling sorry for the brother. It's like he trying to explain to her, like, I'm trying to get you out of here, but she wasn't trying to hear that. She started connecting with the aliens. Who are you now? I don't know who you is. The aliens are my family.
You're
you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that power started kind of going to her head, man, when she kind of realized what she can do, which is crazy. I still was trying to figure out why she was able to do some of the stuff she can do, and none of the other synthetics could do that or whatever. So that was crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the plot armor that they wrote in there, but the fact that she's basically Neo from the Matrix plus Dr. Doolittle, I think that's the the most powerful being on the planet. She can control.
Did they explain how she got those? I was trying to think to myself. Okay, all right, I'm making sure.
They never truly explained it. They just said like she was the first one. So I think that's how like she got a lot of the extra. She's stronger than everyone as well.
Because even though boy didn't even know, he didn't even know how she got the power. The guy who created her or whatever, he didn't even know. So
yeah,
the fact that she has like Wi-Fi, she has just Wi-Fi, can connect to any electronics from anywhere, and that they should have cut that off. You know what I'm saying? If you notice when she can control locks and stuff from anywhere, no.
You
But
got a lab
that
full
was a
of
dope
geniuses.
scene, when she was in the cage and she was like, "Oh, you really think that you got me trapped?" Boom. Oh, it was an old-ish moment. Oh shit.
I like the fight with Arthur better, man. When Arthur was slinging around and she was like, "Nope," and he just was like, I was like,
Bro, I told my wife too, because the boy was sitting there explaining, like, yeah, when I was 6, I made my first synthetic. He was an older guy or whatever. And I told my wife, I said, that's what he was talking about. He talking about because she's wondering why he was able to throw her around and everything. She's supposed to be so strong. And I told her, I said, yeah, if you hear what he said that he was he put 2 and 2 together. He's an older model. Then once he started taking that jacket out folding, I said, yeah, you better put that work in, bro. Like, he was a synthetic this whole time. Because what I was thinking at first, remember he was trying to find somebody to put the little eyeball into? I thought like he was gonna sacrifice him, make him put the eyeball in there. Now realizing that, listen, that guy's a synthetic. You can't put an eyeball in him or whatever. So that's a trip.
No, I was saying there was hints to him being a synthetic because remember, in I think it was the second episode when he was bouncing. He always had that ball he was bouncing, and he threw the ball to Wendy. And Wendy caught it. Then he threw it at Arthur, and Arthur caught it the same way Wendy did. And I was like, oh. So that was that first little incident that he was different than everybody else because like he had the different reflexes.
Bro, and that eyeball smart as I don't know what too, bro.
That eyeball smart as hell. Sometimes cyborgs are just like, or whatever you create, especially in this kind of world, you don't. They create answers that you didn't even have questions for. I take us all back to our robot when the old guy was saying like, why did they stand on one side of the cage? Like I didn't put that in there. I didn't design that for them. They just do certain things according to the lore of synthetics and everything, like robotics and things, that you just got to say, okay, this is where we at with it now. So he did something to that original model of Shorty, in which something in her code says that she can adapt to certain things that's around her. She has an adaptability code. She's like,
he had no idea how that happened.
First class, basically, So it's great to see. She definitely got a glitch.
But it seems that all of them violate. I don't know if you heard, like, was it Isaac Asimov had those 4 rules of robotics that that they can't. And same thing, RoboCop had the same rules, but where they can't by cause harm or by action or lack of action allow it. But you notice Kirsch and Arthur both was like, I mean, I think as long as it wasn't Boy himself, but even Kirsch was kind of like he seemed like he wouldn't mind if Boy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought he was gonna be the one that was gonna turn.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna be him. That's why I was surprised that it was her and all the kids. I kind of feel that all of them gonna kind of put 2 and 2 together. Like, yo, we stronger than y'all. We feel like y'all, y'all toying with us per se or whatever. But then I thought Kirsch, because like you said, that one part where Slightly was trying to get that stuff for the cyborg guy, and he was sitting there watching the whole time on the iPad or whatever. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, he could have either told old dude, like, yo, it's something going on right now. You need to get down there and take care of it or whatever. But when he asked me, everything good? He looked down like, oh, yeah, it's good.
He could have closed the door or something. He could have stopped the boy from getting infected. He could just shut the door or locked it, whatever, so that he couldn't get access to the ovomorphs, the eggs. I was just like, oh, he didn't care. He was like, oh, all right, whatever.
But yeah, that's.
I guess one more thing, and it kind of helps with this. There wasn't too many like stars. I mean, I know Kirsch was a star, right? So we know Timothy, whatever his name. We've seen him, Oliphant. But the rest of the crew, like, you really gotta like kind of know their work to see what they did before. Like, to me, nobody really kind of stood out like that in previous work. So when you have I guess a cast of pretty much no names, no disrespect to anything like that, but just not necessarily A-listers, then you kind of fall for the storyline a little bit easier instead of expecting this person to be like this person. Instead of, let's say you have Ryan Reynolds in the movie. Well, I expect the movie to be like a Ryan Reynolds movie in a sense, right? So you didn't have that. It was just like, I'm following the storyline as if the writer or the director wanted me to follow without the A-listers to take over scenes and things like that. So that also helped the lore of this particular series.
That's kind of how the first Alien movie was, though. Nobody knew them people.
That's true.
They were all a bunch of no-name actors for the most part. I mean, Yaphet Kotto, he had done some stuff, but most of the people, nobody knew who they were. And stop acting like I'm old, too. I caught that before.
I'm going to say, was Sean Bean in that one, too?
No. No, I think he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be in the second one. No, he was in the second one. He was in Aliens.
He's in the second one. Okay,
He was in
gotcha.
the second one. Yeah.
I was getting mixed up, bro.
That boy dropping facts from the 70s. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
I was 5 years old when that movie came out, man.
I'm gonna say because I don't even think Sigourney Weaver was the top name at that time.
She wasn't.
No, that's what sparked her.
Yeah, she got things from that, and then Ghostbusters because she was possessed in the first Ghostbuster movie.
Yeah,
but nobody really knew. Yeah, that's when she had the big fro, the big perm thing. But no, that's like that. So the first movie kind of established it. Like I said, I like the fact they paid a lot of homage, but then they took it in a different direction. Only problem, like what BA was saying, the Predators in this world that they building with Prodigy, at least the Predators would the Predators would mop that whole place up. That island would be cleared in about 5 minutes. If you drop one Predator down, it could be a rookie Predator. It could be the one from Badlands.
Badlands, yeah.
You can show up there and just clean that whole island up in about 5 minutes.
Not if you got the Matrix shorty stopping his technology and his electronics and stuff.
Did you see in Badlands they got?
They got one in
two. I think
they got. Two of them. I knew it was one for sure. What's her name? Elle Fanning. I know she's supposed to be.
I think she plays twins. If I'm not, from what I understand, she plays two different cyborgs that look just like because I think
like a certain model or whatever. Yeah.
But like I said, they would get ripped to pieces. So I think he'd be just fine against all that. Him, you could put the feral predator from Prey, light him up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and all he got is a bone skeleton on his face and all that. He ain't got the high tech stuff, bro. So
don't get my boy from AP. That's the one. The one looked like they all came from the NFL linebackers.
Oh man, the one that got no armor on. He had the armor in the inside, like you know what I'm saying. That's how he was built.
Oh yeah.
But yo,